Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video might be seen and shared. SaleenDriver once again bringing you another one of my top 5 videos. Today we're going to look at my top 5 favorite Zelos watches. This was a little hard, I have to admit. Number 1 and maybe number 2 and 3 weren't too hard, really. 4 and 5 were kind of difficult, I gotta say. Because I got a lot of Zelos. I got a lot of Zelos. It's kind of a sickness. I think I have somewhere in the neighborhood of 45 or 46 Zelos watches currently. Plus some that my dad has. I mean, they could have qualified too, but I left his out of the equation. I just concentrated on what I have on hand. I did pick these out. It did take a little bit of time to deliberate of which ones were top 5. I mean, like I said, 1, 2, 3 weren't very hard. 4 and 5 took a little bit more time. So underneath this cloth, I have the watches. I did make a decision. Wasn't easy. So what have I decided? Well, let's take a look at number 5. Number 5 is my Zelos swordfish in the titanium Damascus case with the meteorite dial. Beautifully made watch. As you know, Damascus is short for, is Zelos speak for titanium Damascus. Now, Damascus, for those of you who don't know, is a technique of metal folding, if you will. You start with multiple layers of metal and you fold them over and over again under heat and pressure, and you come out with very unique striation patterns like you see here and here and even here. Then what Elshin Tang, the owner of Zelos, does is he himself heat treats each individual case to, I believe it's 900 degrees, I think it's 900 degrees Fahrenheit, to blue the metal. And each, obviously each dial, each bezel and each case are unique because of the way that Damascus works, and each case is formed uniquely, and the heat treat further makes them unique. And you can see this is the full bezel in titanium. It's not an insert. The bezel is, the whole thing is one piece. And it's beautifully heat treated as well as the case. And it further makes it unique because each slice of meteorite is individual and unique in and of itself. So you essentially, even though this is one of, say, 30 watches that were made when the swordfish Damascus came out, it is still in a way a one of one because no two swordfish Damascus were alike. So that's my number 5 Zelos watch. My number 4 Zelos watch is a watch that I picked up secondhand, if you will. I picked this up off my buddy John. He put this up for sale and he sold it to me at an excellent price. This is a second generation hammerhead in steel, so it's a very heavy watch. But what makes this one unique is 2 things. One, the dial, which is a forged carbon dial. There weren't that many of those. And also, this has the ETA movement. So they didn't make a lot of ETA movement hammerheads. They were a little more pricey than the Seikos. And you can see this is number 20 of 30. So fairly rare watch. 20 of 30. with the forged carbon, with the ETA movement, very accurate, very heavy, very chunky, and a hell of a watch. This is the second generation, so it's rated to 1,000 meters as opposed to the third generation, which is a little smaller, only rated to 300 meters water resistance. This one is the bigger one, rated to 1,000. Has the helium valve on the side. Beautifully done, old school Zelos bracelet with the four position micro adjust, the fold over clasp, all of stainless steel, milled out, very nice. Great watch to wear, also love it because of its rarity. So, very happy with that one. Switching gears to a watch that isn't quite as rare as these two, but goes to 11 on the beauty scale, pardon me, is my Zelos Starfighter with the aventurine dial. And this is my third favorite because of just the dial. The dial sells itself. I mean, it's a beautifully made watch. I love this bracelet. I hope Zelos uses this bracelet again in other applications. I just love the way it looks like scales on a fish or on a snake. The way they kind of link together, and they're very supple and they move beautifully. And also very easy to work with respect to taking links out. But for me, it's the dial makes this watch. I love the throwback look of it with the piston style chronograph pushers and the twin subdials. But it's that aventurine sparkle that easily makes this watch my third favorite Zelos of all the Zelos I own in my collection. And I should have mentioned earlier, if you're looking at any of these watches and you'd like to know more about them and you want to learn about them in detail, every watch that I'm reviewing here, just doing a very briefest of overviews, every watch here has a 15-minute or so detailed dive into them. All you have to do is, if you want to take a look at this, you just search on my channel for Starfighter Aventurine, and that video will pop up. My second favorite Zelos is this Mirage 8-Day. This is the second generation Mirage. The first generation Mirage was a very, very, very limited edition. There were only 10 of them made. They were all tourbillon watches, Swiss tourbillons, and they were all priced over $10,000. Quite frankly, I couldn't afford one. Someday I hope that I will be able to afford one, and I'll find one from one of these Zelos collectors that wants money more than the watch, and I want the watch more than the money, and we'll make a deal. But the Mirage was a halo watch. It was a watch designed to attract attention to the brand, like Zelos needs any more attention, right? And brought you in and made you curious. Well, the Zelos Mirage 2, or the Zelos 8-Day, it's named the 8-Day because the movement, which is a Le Jeu Perret manual wind with an 8-day power reserve. And this watch is fully skeletonized, as you can see. Twin barrels. It has it's a Timascus finish on the titanium case and bezel. And it comes with this beautifully done FKM rubber strap. Now, this strap was the strap that made me believe for the first time that rubber straps could be a decent strap, because it feels very good. It's not sticky. It doesn't smell bad. It has a beautiful feel to it against the skin. And this was the one that finally convinced me that a rubber strap was something worth having. Now, I could easily swap this out for another kind of strap if I want to. It does have quick release spring bars. That's easy enough to work with. but I'm going to keep it. I decided to keep it this way, and I don't regret it. Beautifully made watch. It's in the pilot's watch style. Small seconds at the 6 o'clock, and a power indicator at the 12 o'clock that goes from 0 to 8 days. And as you can see, no rotor on the back. It's a completely manual wind. And the twin barrels are what gives the watch the 8-day power reserve. Not the cheapest watch that Zelos ever made, trust me, but not the most expensive either, but damn close. But a beautifully made watch and a favorite of mine, absolutely. But my very, very favorite Zelos right now, and I don't see this changing at any time until such time as I pick up one of the original Mirage watches. I don't see this watch being displaced as my favorite Zelos watch of all time. The very rare, very desirable Zelos ZX full skeleton with the 4 subdials. You have your constant seconds here, chronograph minutes and hours here, your date wheel here. This is a beautiful, beautiful watch. They only made 5. Now, I've heard rumors that they made 6. And that one of the 6th one was one with a ceramic bezel instead of a titanium bezel. I haven't confirmed that. The last number I heard was from Elshin Tang himself, which was 5 watches of the ZX Skeleton. These were not even advertised as existing. They were never on the website. They are not on the website to this day. I was very, very fortunate that the original owner of this one, I knew him. We're friends on Facebook. A great guy, great to deal with. I'm not naming his name because I don't have his permission. If he's watching this and he wants to comment below, that's fine. But I'm not naming his name. He knew that I knew that he had this watch. And he also knew that I had expressed desires to get this watch if one came up for sale. And actually another friend of mine named John, he who has provided me with several watches to review and sold me a couple of watches, he found out before I did that the original owner of this was going to sell it. And John alerted me, and I got in contact with my friend, and we did a deal. And I am very thankful. It's a full titanium watch, full titanium bracelet. You can see that this bracelet has some desktop diver marks on. The watch was worn. I do wear it, so some of those scratches may be mine. I don't care that there are scratches on. I can always get another strap. But beautifully made watch, full skeleton on both sides, custom rotor. I love this old school Zelos bracelet with the ratcheting slide on it, the quick adjust. I wish it would make a comeback, but I know it won't. And this watch, just for the style, the looks, the weight, the feel on the wrist, everything about this watch makes this my favorite Zelos. Of all the Zelos I currently own, or all the Zelos I've owned and sold. So that's it. That's my top 5 of my Zelos watches. It really took me a while to figure out, 1 and 2 and 3 were easy. These 2, I had probably 6 watches laid out in front of me. I just laid them out on a table in front of me and just thought and thought and thought. And these are the 2 that made the 4-5 cut. So that's it. I mean, these are the top 5. And I'm grateful to own each and every one of them. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it to be entertaining, useful, and enjoyable. And I hope that if you did, you will click that thumbs up button for me. Comments, questions, suggestions below. I do read them all. I do respond to them all. However, if you are going to troll me or you're going to leave links to bad places on the internet, I am simply going to delete the comment and block the commenter. If you're new to the channel, or you haven't already done so yet, please click that red subscribe button down below the view window. And don't forget to click the bell icon too, so that when I upload new content or I do a live stream, you will be alerted to that. And as I say at the end of all my videos, it is a crazy old world out there. It's not getting any less crazy. So please, when you're out there in the world, please be safe, be careful, be well. I'll see you soon.